President Trump is calling on Senate Republicans to end the government shutdown by killing the filibuster in what he declared would be the nuclear option for the GOP. It is now time for the Republicans to play their Trump card and go for what is called the nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now, the president wrote in a lengthy Truth Social post on Thursday. But what is the filibuster, and why is Trump's demand to eliminate the long-standing tactic so controversial as even his own party downplays the option? Here's everything you need to know. The filibuster is a unique tool available to senators that has been long deployed by both parties when they want to block or delay votes on a particular piece of legislation. They do it by preventing the debate on the issue from ending. A bill only needs a simple majority of 51 votes to pass upon completion of a debate, but it actually takes 60 votes to end the debate. So in reality, a 60-vote supermajority is needed to pass legislation in the Senate, which means as long as a minority party has the power of the filibuster, they have the ability to block the agenda of the majority party. The filibuster, which comes from a Dutch word meaning pirate, is most traditionally employed by a single senator who refuses to yield the Senate floor by engaging in a long speech. This is called a talking filibuster. Amazingly, the first record of a long speech being used to delay legislation dates back to the very first ever session of the Senate in 1789. Pennsylvania Senator William Maclay wrote in his diary about the event, noted that the design of the Virginians was to talk away the time so that we could not get the bill passed. The talking filibuster has a storied history in the country, including in Frank Capra's iconic 1939 film, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, in which a young, honest senator played by Jimmy Stewart tirelessly filibusters on the Senate floor for 24 hours in what is portrayed as the ultimate patriotic act of an individual standing up against corruption or the minority refusing to bend to the tyranny of the majority.
Just get up off the ground. That's all I ask. Get up there with that lady that's up on top of this Capitol dome, that lady that stands for liberty. Take a look at this country through her eyes if you really want to see something. And you won't just see scenery. You'll see the whole parade of what man's carved out for himself after centuries of fighting. And fighting for something better than just jungle law. Fighting so as he can stand on his own 2 feet, free and decent, like he was created, no matter what his race, color, or creed.
The tactic has also been used for theatrics in real life, though not always for such feel-good agendas. In 1957, South Carolina Senator Strom Thurmond took to the floor for more than 24 hours in opposition to the Civil Rights Bill. More recently, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker spoke for over 25 hours against the policies of the Trump administration in April 2025.
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
While the filibuster traditionally was only rarely employed for the most controversial issues facing the Senate, it has become much more common and much more disruptive in recent years. Calls to end the practice have grown louder as critics argue the move has led to complete deadlock in the Senate and the will of the majority thwarted. This has happened more often because of a second type of filibuster called the silent filibuster. The tactic, which started in the early 1970s but by now has almost entirely overtaken the talking filibuster, doesn't require any speeches or anyone taking the floor, just the threat of it. Once a senator decides to obstruct a vote, they alert the majority leader, and if that senator has the support of at least 40 others, the majority leader won't call for a vote and the bill will be stalled. Now, as the government shutdown has been going on for a month, Trump seems to be over being held hostage by the minority party. Trump explained that during his whirlwind Asia trip, the one question that kept coming up was how did the Democrats shut down the United States of America, and why did the powerful Republicans allow them to do it? Trump continued, "The fact is, in flying back, I thought a great deal about that question. Why? The toughest hurdle for Trump's call to end the filibuster once and for all might come from his own party. Senate Majority Leader John Thune pledged to preserve the filibuster in January when Republicans took control of the upper chamber. And earlier this month, he dismissed the idea of using the nuclear option to end the shutdown and said he hasn't had conversations about it with the White House." House Speaker Mike Johnson told a reporter who asked about President Trump's post on nuking the filibuster to end the month-long government shutdown that it was just an expression of the president's anger.
He is as angry as I am and the American people are about this madness. And he just desperately wants the government to be reopened so that all these resources can flow to the people who need it so much. Look, I'll just say this in general. As I've said many times about the filibuster, it's not my call. I don't have a say in this. It's a Senate chamber issue. We don't have that in the House, as you know. But the filibuster has traditionally been viewed as a very important safeguard. If the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think our team would like it. The Democrats, look, they've said what they would do. They would pack the Supreme Court. They would make Puerto Rico and D.C. states. They would ban firearms. They would do all sorts of things that would be very harmful for the country. And the safeguard in the Senate has always been the filibuster. But again, not my issue, not something I get to even weigh in on. My opinion on this is not relevant. It's the senators. But I think that it just is another expression of the frustration, of the pressure that is being felt, the anger by the president and by me and all of us that we're in this situation at all.